Alright guys, this is Matt and Yoshi here with another battle report. We're testing out some scenarios for a Bromance tournament in a couple weeks. This is Watchtower. The game is not auto win if you stay in the Watchtower. It's a certain number of victory points per full turn that you're in the Watchtower. I got to go first to deploy, so I went ahead and stuck some people in there. So I'll go ahead and go through my list. We have 12 Dark Shards with the Musician, my sacrificial little jerks. We've got, from left to right, we have 11 Dark Shards with a level 2 who took Lore of Heavens. She kept Wind Blast just to mess with Tomb Kings. Take that. And Ice Shard Blizzard. Got my unfinished Cauldron within 25 Corsairs with additional hand weapons. They got the Standard of Swiftness. Next to them is my Blackguard with my Bloodrack Shrine. In the corner right here is my level 4 who's on Lore of Dark Magic. She has the Tome of Furion, other Trickster Shard, and the Black Amulet. That has a banner and the Razor Standard. We've got the Charybdis, 10 Corsairs with repeater handbows. They have a Reaver with double handbows. We've got 2 Bolt Throwers hanging out on the back. Also 2 units of Harpies. Let me zoom out and then you can see that. We've got our 2 Chariots in between the Idol of Gork and this fence here. And then my unit of Warlocks kind of playing chicken with the Snake Surfers. Yoshi, why don't you go ahead and tell us what you got?
Left to right, I have a unit of 3 Snake Surfers, 1 unit champ, 3 groups of 10 Skeletal Warriors, 1 here, and oh, I got 4 of these guys, my bad. Oh, there they are. 2 units of Chariots with banners, 1 with the Flame Banner, the Necro Sphinx, 3 units of Archers with banners. These 2 have unit champs. I have my custom-made Hyro Titan because GW will never make one.
Because you're not good enough.
Not good enough for me. 3 Carrion, Tomb Guard with a banner, unit champ, my Tomb King, a Necrotech, a level 1 on Death, and they have the banner of the Undying Legion.
Ooh.
Go for them. I have Mumra the Ever Living, he's level 4 finally. And for my spells, I got Vengeance, Desert Wind, Smiting, and Desiccation. I have a Bone Giant with a great weapon.
Alright.
And I have 3 Sepulchral Stalkers entombed beneath the sands, and of course, the Casket of Souls.
Oh, I'd already zoomed out. Let me get all the way in on that. Anyway, since it's Watchtower, Yoshi's going to get to go first since I put people in the Watchtower. So we'll see how it goes. We'll get back to you at the bottom of his turn. Alright, Yoshi, how'd your turn go?
I did not charge because I was going to hope to shoot these guys off. I did peel 10, which is great. Or
yep.
7?
6.
10 is nicer. I did some slight movements. I left a nice hole for the damn Warlocks to get into.
No, that'll never happen.
And I just accepted moving my dice for them to get into my backfield. These woods are wild, and I lost a Tomb Guard to it.
Take that!
The magic phase was pretty. I got high dice rolls, but or high wins, but my dice rolls were pretty low. I got Vengeance off on the Bloodrack unit. Mm-hmm. And that is my turn. No combat, because I'm waiting for it.
Alright, well we'll get back after my turn.
Yes, sir.
Alright guys, so after my turn, you can see, keep scooting this chair around. You can see the Warlocks came over here. They were looking at the casket, which we'll get to in a second. Everybody kind of scooted up a little bit. Did a little dance. And the guys over here with the Heaven's Mage didn't move. So in Magic I got like 7 dice. I got like a 21 on 4 dice with the Warlocks. I don't really know what was happening. They, without miscasting, so it was ridiculous. He couldn't stop it. He rolled 5 dice and couldn't get a 21 with his level 4. So I did 2 wounds to the casket. I was kind of sad that I didn't kill it because I got double, so the lore attribute gave me another 2d6. But what you gonna do? I only rolled 10 dice and got a 6. So no, yeah, 1 6. Then in shooting, the guys in the building didn't pick any wounds off even though they were right on target. So that was kind of sad. Bolt Thrower over here had cover to the casket but did 2 wounds to it anyway. So what you gonna do? And it blew up and killed like two or three Tomb Guards, some Skeleton Warriors, whatever. Other shooting did not. I did kill a Chariot, right?
No, you wounded severely.
I thought I did 2 wounds with these guys. Yeah. Oh, no, you saved them. Yeah, that's right. Yep, so Homeboy's hanging on. I did 1 wound to a Carrion. And that's pretty much it.
MVPs for being in the building. One full turn.
That's right. And so they get me some VPs, which I'll check after the game. But right now, that's the bottom of turn 1, and we'll get back to you after Yoshi's turn 2. How'd your turn 2 go, sir?
In the movement phase, critically, the Spoker Stalkers rose from the sands. I charged the building. That was a bust, but whatever. Magic sucked because no casket. You dispelled Spirit Leech. I tried to cast Vengeance or something like that. That failed to cast.
Yeah, no, I scrolled it because I was hoping that you wouldn't do 4 wounds to my chariot and I could double charge your giant, but apparently you are incapable of not killing whatever you shoot at with those things.
Shooting, I killed 1 Blackguard and 1 Impervious Corsair. And that's
2 Blackguard.
2 Blackguard.
2 Blackguard, yes.
Suck it.
Yep.
Hoping to fade off the Corsairs, but you know that might not happen.
All right. Well, we'll get back at the bottom of your turn then.
Yeah.
How about
your turn?
Yeah, bottom of my turn. Yay, more victory points. All right. So my turn turned out okay, I guess. Did some combat, blew up the unit of chariots, and only overran 3 inches. I guess I wanted to overrun more, but you know, whatever. These guys moved up. Charybdis kind of stepped out. We moved the depleted archers out and the Corsairs with handbows in. I tried to redirect the Tomb Guard. I failed a 8-inch. I needed 8 inches, and I failed with a reroll to get into that giant. So I'm pretty frustrated at that chariot right now. But I guess Yoshi told me that shooting is going to win me the game, and so I don't have to worry about the chariots too much. Speaking of shooting, I killed 2 of those guys with the repeater bolt throwers. I killed all the carrion with some shooting, and put a wound on the Necrosphinx with some shooting. Oh, and also important, made my March test, walked around, not in anybody's charge arc, hanging out, looking at Mumra, possibly the higher Titan. You know, whatever. I hear that Warlocks are okay at taking down monsters with low armor saves. Anyway, magic was a bust. I got 2 dice. I got 3 dice. He had 3 dice because he channeled twice. And I don't think I got anything off.
Yes, sir.
Which is okay. And now we're going to his turn 3 and we'll see what happens. Let's know how your turn 3 went.
Yeah, it went pretty shitty in my opinion. We had a lot of charges. I charged the chariot, I charged the bolt thrower, I charged the harpies. My opponent forgot that I caused terror with the golden death mask, so they auto fled. However, I failed the redirect, which is crucial.
Haha!
I could not redirect, so I made a 12-inch charge plus the 16 for the movement. Caught the harpies, panicked the Charybdis because of the golden death mask, but then blocked my chariots who charged the Blackguard, as long as with the dead War Sphinx, who ended up with no support. I crumbled to the combat res. I was really tempted to charge the Cauldron, but she just has so many attacks, I figured I would die, just flat out.
Yeah.
And magic was a bust. I tried the 6 dice desiccation, it was dispelled. I tried to Desert Wind, and I should have Shim's Burning Gaze against the Warlocks. I forgot about that. I shot 1 off,
Yep.
made a ward save. And I forgot to move those warriors, but that's okay. I reformed the archers to play dance games with the warlocks, so I think they can get into the bunker, which will suck. The bone giant's moving along. He's looking at the warlocks, but he'll most likely have to go do battle here. And that's my turn, and it's still not looking good.
All right. Well, we'll get back at the bottom of this turn. 3. All right. So this turn kind of frustrated me because of my rolling. The Charybdis rallied. Yay! These guys made their swift reform and moved on over. I put the Harpies in front of the Charybdis so that if the chariots charge in and they hit the Charybdis, it will then I can charge them on my turn next. I charged the Tomb Guard and it was a bloodbath. He killed like 9 of me. I killed like 18. I was really just frustrated because well, we'll talk about that in shooting, but I tried to reform. I reformed 5 wide, and then Yoshi reminded me that I had more than that in base contact. So, as you can see, I'm hanging off an inch, and we thought, oh, well, maybe the Snake Surfers can corner in. But then we realized that these guys are an inch off of the building. The Snake Surfers would have to charge them and hit them first, and so he would have to charge them, which I would hold, and then they would have to maximize up there. So that was bad, and unintentionally so. That one was just Yoshi being screwed by random chance, not skill. Shooting frustrated me just because I hit that guy 5 times and only rolled a single 4, and because I was so confident that my bolt thrower was going to kill him, I didn't turn these guys around. These guys plus the guys in the tower killed one chariot, which was fine. Oh, and the little 4 guys off to the side of the tower popped one guy from Mumra's unit. I could not get into Mumra's unit with the Warlocks, so I charged the Hyro Titan. I did 2 or 3 wounds to him, 2 wounds. That's not terrible. But then he hit me twice, wounded me twice, and I failed both of my saves. And that's where I started getting frustrated. Just like in the shooting phase, I'd hit 6 or 8 times or 10 times and make 1 wound on a 4 or 5. It was just really frustrating. Combat, like I said, went much better. I killed 14 in contact, 2 with the Avert Your Gaze and 2 with the impact hits. So the Blackguard made up for all the other crappy rolling that I had this turn. And it's like 3 dudes and the Tomb King left, so that's not going to go very well. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen. I got the extra points for the victory for being in the tower some more. So, but Yoshi's got my Warlocks almost assuredly, unless I roll like a boss. And maybe, and but that bolt thrower for sure as well. So we'll figure out what happens next. Alright, so I'm taking a seat for my turn 4. The Sepulchral Stalker? No.
This is my turn.
This was the end of Yoshi's turn 4. So why don't you narrate for us then?
Well, I charged the Sepulchral Stalker to the flank of the Blackguard. I charged some Harpies. I was under the impression that I could make these the Frenzy unit pursue my crumbling guys, but I was corrected, so I have no answer to deal with these guys if I don't have a unit in front of them. The one Warlock stood alone against all this and managed to do 2 wounds.
Yep, I was only down by 1 because I made 3 saves, and so I stuck around because I'm awesome.
I got powered up Righteous Mighting. I healed the Chariot up, and I gave more wounds to my Tomb Guard, but even with Righteous Mighting and the sorry-ass res spell, I only got back 4 guys. Maybe I could have gotten the big 9, but I only rolled 1 on the Undying Legion banner, and I was lucky to cast that.
Yeah, you didn't roll very well on that.
Nope. But despite Righteous Smiting, I killed what, 3 Blackguard?
Yes.
And then
you rolled bad.
These guys were bumped up on an inch against the building, so I could never reform and given an advantageous reform. We rolled out turn 5. These guys poorly.
Well, the end of turn 4, rather.
End of turn 4, yeah. These guys rolled poorly on their impact hits, and so the Charybdis would have munched up, and also these guys coming into the flank would have been nice and easy, and then the rest of the game would have been over. The Blackguard would have charged the Snake Surfers in the flank, and they would have crumbled easily, and they would have overrun into the Bone Giant, and the Bone Giant would have died, and
then there would have been a bunch of skeletons and the Hyro Titan.
Oh yeah, and we all know how much he rocks. So this Watchtower will always be hard for Tomb Kings, and even with the Death Mask, I don't have enough damage output versus the Dark Elves, and my magic didn't help.
I have a question for you,
yes,
and perhaps we'll save this for the unless you want to go directly into
let's go directly.
Okay, so my question for you, sir, is why did you not just put the Tomb Guard into the building? I know that we're doing the thing where we get bonus points for the number of turns that you control the building, and so victory points, other victory points actually matter.
The Blackguard would have had 20 attacks to my 10.
The Blackguard also can't attack the building because they have a...
Oh, you would have just dumped him out. You would have wasted a turn. Shucks. At your leisure, you could have taken the building with Powered Up Darkness and any debuffs. Like, even if I got Righteous Might off, you still reroll, and you just blend her up. I have to... I really think to beat either Blackguard or any unit with the Cauldron, I have to get into the flank. Or I needed to... The Chariots, if they would not have been cockblocked by the fleeing Charybdis, that would have really helped in the long run, because you would not have done it as impressively on the first initial attack. Well,
yeah, that one was kind of...
And I could have ninja'd the Wizard off with the Necrosphinx.
Nah, I would have ward saved that. I was rolling well for saves, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Ha 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 ha.
But that was the key moment. I'm not sure if the Necro Sphinx can take the Cauldron in the flank with the Cauldron doing all the combat. I think not, unless I get lucky and survive and get a heroic killing blow.
Yeah, we can roll it out after we're done, but I'm not sure.
But the key moment for real was the Cryptus cock blocking me.
Well, whose fault is that, Death Mask? You even called me on it. You even made me roll for the Cryptus. I was like, la la la, Cryptus.
I should have rolled this flank first, but I would have gotten the double 6 to make it across the field.
Yep.
So it was a good game. It's just really hard to beat superior combat units for the Watchtower and however many points the scenario gave for beating the building.
Yeah, I don't actually know. Like I said, we'll check it out.
I think it's a little unfair. That's just me. But that's me. I like the list. It's Dark Elves are going to be the hardest to fight at Brawler Bash, and possibly Wood Elves if they get revamped before then. I think Blocks will be hard. All the Elves, gosh. It's really hard these days to fight with underpowered armies, and Skaven might still come.
As far as my battle went, I was pretty disappointed with my magic. Didn't really get a whole lot of spells off. Yoshi did a good job stopping the spells that I wanted to get off. Saved a scroll. I didn't think that I did poorly in return trying to stop his magic.
No.
But ultimately, I didn't feel like I got my points out. The wizard never got any extra wounds from Soul Stealer, so she could use the Black Amulet, which is okay because she didn't necessarily need to take any challenges. So I'm not really sure I'm sold on that build. I like it, but in theory, I like it for stuff like against the Tomb King, where I can make him hit himself. But in theory, it doesn't always work in practice. So I'll keep running her and see what I think. However, I do like the Power of Darkness idea in that unit. Yoshi just never let it go off because he was a smart person. The Cauldron, always an MVP. Very, very good. Really like it with the Corsairs, even though I don't think I made an armor save with any of my Corsairs today. Also, until the last turn, I made one ward save out of like 5 or like I think I made 1 out of 5 ward saves with my Warlocks, and then on the last turn he made 3 to stay alive, so that was kind of nice. So I was kind of, like I said, I was kind of frustrated with my wounding every once in a while, but I think it averaged out. And not really scared of Tomb Kings in combat. When that combat started, I was actually not very excited about it, and then after the first round when I did like 18 wounds, I knew everything was going to be okay. So excited that the crib just didn't die. Don't have to play any sad violin music for my best friend. And didn't get to use Wind Blast. Note the wizard hanging out here on the ground. I'm not sure why. Oh, she's just not magnetized to anything. She just didn't get to use Wind Blast. Again, didn't have very good magic phases. So, but anyway, that's a pretty convincing win. We gave the chariots to me, the worms to me, and most likely the bone giant. But and Yoshi got a unit of a bolt thrower, unit of
less than 600 points.
No, the bolt thrower, the unit of warlocks, unit of dark shards, both harpies, and
2 chariots, but
two
still,
chariots.
That can't be 600 points.
Oh, sure it is. My stuff's expensive. Anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll hope to get some more games up. Hopefully some other members of Bromance will take heart and get some games up too, because they're slackers and don't do that.